Hey, good afternoon. It's like, what is it here? Oh, 4:30-ish p.m. here on a Monday afternoon in Youngstown, Ohio. Wanted to show you some stuff I'm working on here. Here is another slot car body that's pretty much for the most part done. I may do a couple little dirtying up of that plate there and stuff like that, but for the most part, this one's done. It's going to be, I got a guy that said, hey, when these are done, let him know. So I'm going to let him know in a bit. But of course, I got a couple more to finish. I want to get them all done. And then he could buy them all. But yeah, there it is. This was a snapper kit that I had acquired that was already built. It was already like semi-glued together. This is the AMT kit, but this is the snapper version. And so I painted it up and weathered it up and added some decals and stuff like that. And yep, so that one's ready. And hold on, I got to roll over here. Okay, be right back. Then I got this one. This is a 55 Chevy. And another weathered beater. Another Sinclair shop truck type truck. And primer spots, rusty spots, mismatched paint, that type of thing. And there we go. Kind of a scratch-built bumper type of thing because I didn't have the original one. That's how I kind of acquired it. And it, too, is all hollowed out underneath here for the slot car use. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. So that one's done. I got two more that are in the process. But they're not done yet. And I picked up a few things. Let's do some stash ads. And in stash ad department, I picked up another one of these. I was over at Boardman Hobby last week and picked up one of these while I was there. And then Tom told me the other day that the following day, what day was it? I think I was in there Friday. I was in there Thursday. He goes, hey, tomorrow I got those new AMT kits coming in. So I was in there on Friday and I picked up one of these. Now, this is a curbside, and I know I'm going to hear and see a lot online that, oh, it's a crappy kit. It doesn't have an engine. It's disappointing. It's a ripoff. Even though there's a map of the parts under these on the AMT Round 2 MPC kits, and it does say curbside style. Promotional. So it's, it is what it is. It's the old Craftsman series, but they've upgraded these a little bit. They have given them, chrome headlight lenses rather, the clear ones rather than just the chrome. Now, what I have seen about this kit is if you want to put any kind of pro touring style wheels or tires in this, you're going to be doing some tubbing. Because this got small wheels and tires as it is. It doesn't even have the, larger tires. They're kind of small. So, if you want to do anything, you're going to have to take at least, to the other side of this, what would be the unibody, the subframe back here. But you'll probably have to dig into the interior too and make some tubs in there. But overall, it's a cool kit. I mean, it is what it is. It's a curbside. It's got no engine. So you either glue the hood on and be happy with it, or get an engine from another kit and throw it in there, or your parts box. Not the end of the world. But it is cool. I mean, it is what it is. And that's all it is. It has the, like a lot of the curbside kits. Oh, if I can get the parts to untangle here. They always do this. How the hell did that? Oh my God. There you go. It does have the engine plate. You know what? Let me kill this light. I don't think we need that much. Let me get it over here more. There we go. That might be a little better. Maybe. Maybe I'll put the light back. There we go. Yeah, you got the engine plate if you don't want to search it for another engine. But, it is what it is. And you got a dash and stuff like that. I mean, it's got your hood and your balance panel and all that. You got like a actual wheel, and then you got a more like the hubcap style, like a styled wheel, like a rally wheel, whatever they called it back then. And you got your decals, which are got some cool decals here. You got the driving school decals and John's Mobile Detailing and Cooler's Custom Shop, which is, you know, nice for if you want to put them on a truck or something too. And you got some emblems and gauges and all that stuff, and you got different racing stripes. I kind of like what Chris over HPI guys did with his, with the stripes. So right out of the box, it's a good kit. I mean, like I said, I know we're going to hear the complaints and see the complaints. It's a curbside. And the only complaint I have, though, with the curbside kits, AMT, Round 2, whatever you call yourself now, MPC, is maybe drop these things a few bucks, at least $4, $5. I mean, I paid as much for this as I paid for a full glue kit. I bought them the other day. I didn't even look at the prices. I just threw all three on the shelf or on the counter, and when I got the total, I was like, ooh, okay, well, you know, he already rung them up. I'm going to buy them. I know I'll get them for less mail order, but then you got shipping. So unless you're going to buy, you know, 4 or 5, 6 at a time to combine shipping, it's not worth it. And there's a swap meet coming up Saturday. If I have the extra cash, I'll go there. And I know there's a, you know, guy there that got them for less. But I do like supporting Boardman Hobby, and Andrew's up in Holland there, which I will be up there hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow's payday, so to speak. Unemployment payday, but it's payday nonetheless. So what else did I pick up? I picked up this. This is what I've been waiting for the most. In fact, I'm probably going to be buying a lot of these. Again, it's a curbside only. And I can, you know, already foresee all the complaints online that the people that don't know what curbside means and don't know what the old Craftsman series were, and they're going to buy these and take them home and be semi sort of disappointed. It's a great kit. Now, as you can see, the chassis is kind of a simple chassis. It's very shallow, but it does have a separate axles and separate front suspension, even though I don't believe it's super detailed. And the other thing with this kit is if you want to lower this thing and go with modern wheels and tires or anything like that, let's get some out here. Okay, let's go with something like these. Okay, these are some 3D printed ones. These are, I don't remember whether these are Icemans or Z-Force or whose these are. I got so many here. And I got another container down here, and I got some up here. But as you can see, they're clearly just barely going to fit in there. So not only do you have to tub it width-wise, you're going to have to tub it into the interior. Because I even took the chassis out, figured, well, maybe I'll just tub the chassis and use the interior. I mean, it still ain't going to, you know, it's still going to sit too high. As you can see, you know, it's just not going to make it. So, yeah. Now, the front, now this is a rear tire, but still, you got a little more room in the front to play with, but you'll probably still have to get rid of the inner fenders if you want to get serious with a Pro Touring Resto Mod look. You know, if you're going something a little smaller, like these, which are smaller diameter, yeah, you know, these don't look too bad, and they'll kind of fit in there, and even they're kind of tight, but there's some room. But height wise, you're almost going to have to do some notching, because You know, if you want like a 60s mild custom, have it hunkered down just a little below stock, yeah, it looks to me like you're still going to have to do some suspension mods to make it happen. Because they give you, like a taller, skinnier tire with this. You know, like the old AMT standbys. They're white walls on the one side. Now this kit is a little bit, to me, the only thing I found slightly disappointing was it's a Nomad, which is an upper level trim apparently. Okay, I don't know how well it's going to show in this light. Let me see if I can go back to killing this light. And let's get it under this light. As you can see, it's got the airplane rocket here, and then it's got two thin moldings, you know, with a space in between them where it says Nomad with the cross flags, and typically the area in between these two moldings would be painted white or a contrasting color, so would the roof. And the roof is kind of odd to me that it's ribbed in the front, not in the back, but I saw a video of a real one, and it was like that. Now, I don't think all of them were. I think like the Brookwood or Parkwood, whatever it's called, there's different levels of these. Some were all smooth, I think. And then some, they don't have this whole rocket. It ends right there. All you have is that V. And this is shaped slightly different. And instead of two moldings back here, it has one dead on the middle of that ridge. And these two are gone. It's just rounded. And it says Brookwood or Parkwood, whatever, up here on the fender. Then also, the lower levels don't have these two little vents. And there's a little piece of chrome trim that goes around and wraps into the grill. That's not on some lower level versions either. And I guess this changes back here. Come on, let's focus. Well, let's go back to the light. You know, the lower levels have a different emblem back here. They don't have that V. And the other slightly disappointing thing for me is, let me get it out here. You got the rear taillight panel. Now, I've been watching videos on YouTube about these cars and looking up pictures of them. I like to find a brochure to see all the trim levels and options there were on these things. It comes with this ribbed panel that goes between the taillights and on the grill here. Now, without it, if you decided not to use it, it's kind of an issue. Because for one thing, this area here is dished out. There's no markings for where the taillights go. You could maybe, you know, cut that off and just put the taillights and leave it plain in between, but there's no, most of them have a little bit of a chrome trim, a little ridge around there. And I think even without the chrome trim or the stainless trim, I think there's still a slight ridge. There is none there. So I'm hoping one of the 3D printers come up with a flat version of this. You know, if you look at some real ones, it's just perfectly smooth, and you got your taillights on either side. But the seam for the tailgate, it's not underneath this. If I take this off, as you can see, it's not there. You'd have to scribe it, and you'd have to fill the locating hole, and then somehow get these taillight bezels out of here, just the round parts, and put them on there. So hopefully somebody comes up with a plain panel. And also, I seen a video on one today where it did have a panel, a stainless type panel like this, but it was horizontal ribs, and they were further apart than these. They weren't as finny. They were like thicker ribs going horizontally across there, and it was blacked out around the taillights on either side. So there were probably several versions of these. You probably had a Biscayne, a Bel Air, a Nomad, and Parkwood, Brookwood, whatever else they called them. There were several versions of these cars. So yeah, but for me, doing a lot of slot car bodies, I'm still going to, you know, probably would do one of these as a weathered Nomad, and, you know, I don't have to worry about a chassis or nothing. But I'm going to do a few of these for myself eventually, so I'll see what I'll do. I'll probably eventually, one of these is, you know, grind out some of these moldings and make it a lower version. Hopefully the photo etch companies or decal companies come up with the alternate emblems. Like I said, I got to look it up a little deeper. Hopefully I can find a brochure on these and see all the trim levels there were. A lot of people are arguing, oh, Nomads were always two-doors. 55, 56, and 57 they were. Beyond that, the Nomad became a four-door option. And, you know, a lot of them were, you know, laid out apparently. You know, all the stainless trim around the windows. When I do it, it's going to be body color. I'm just going to make it a little more base model, a little more worn. But yeah, it is a very cool kit. I mean, I see nothing personally wrong with it. Now, the other thing I noticed is on the front of the grill here, I'm going to try to avoid taking it out of here, but no, let's take it out. There's a little notch right there. And there's a little notch there. That's for this chrome spear right here. Those little spears are the spears that wrap around and come between those two fake vents. Let's see if we can focus. Yeah, that's what that indentation, that's for the spear. So if you're going without the spear in the vent, you're going to have to fill that slot and grind those vents off there, those fake vents. But like I said, there are quite a few versions of this car. And then there's always the fact that some of the cars you see online have been modified by their owners. And it may have been a Nomad version that got modified, or somebody put Nomad fenders on a Brookwood or Parkwood or whatever the name of it is. Yeah, I'm going to have to do more research on them, you know, but I do like it. So I was really looking forward to these coming out, and they're out. Oh, and yeah, I will be heading up when I get the extra change here, probably tomorrow, hopefully. I'll be heading up to Andrews and get a couple from him, because I like to support my local hobby shops, and Boardman Hobby and Andrews up in Holland. I like to support them. So, you know, before I go buying everything online, I'll probably head up there and get a couple from him. Some other stuff I need, some paint. So I like to spread my money between the two local hobby shops the best. Boardman happens to be closer to me. So it just makes more sense for me to go there more often. But Harmon up there at Andrews, 2 thumbs up. Tom, 2 thumbs up. It's only brick and mortar hobby shops left. You know, aside from Hobby Lobby, which is sort of a hobby shop, but it's everything, crafts and everything. And it's part of a major chain. So I don't really count them. I count, you know, Andrews and Boardman Hobby. They're the oldest. They're the nearest and dearest to my hearts. I wish Andrews was still around. I wish Struthers Hobby, and I can't remember the name of the guy on South Avenue, but I was pretty loyal to him too for years, and then he closed up. I don't know whatever happened to him. I suppose he's all retired now. He may no longer be with us. I don't know. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name. I don't know if it was just Hobby Shop or if it was South Avenue Hobbies or what it was. I don't remember. Anybody who knows about it or remembers it was right there, you know, right by the Y when you head up to Midlothian there, and you know, right there by the tower, the big KBN tower. It was in that little plaza there. So if any of you remember, if you can remember the name of it, or if you know the owner, if he's still around, I remember him. He was a really good guy to talk to. But anyhow, then I picked up this at Boardman. Now this is basically based off the the Demon. HPI guys already did one of these. It, you know, has the proper tail lights for the 72, I believe. Is that what year this is? Yeah, 72. Which is always a great kit to make a pro stocker out of, or, you know, whatever. Or a nice muscle car, whatever you want to do it. It comes with... But nice if it would have come with some vintage decals for one of the pro stock cars, like a Melrose Missile or something, but it comes with mostly all stock decals. The Duster stuff. Oh. And, you know, marker lights and license plates, and I think there's some gauges in there. I think. There are there gauges. I'm trying to look through the foam and look down below the foam. I don't see any gauges. Oh yeah, there's one. It's got the big square speedometer there. But yeah, it's got all your logos and stuff. So yeah. So there's that. Another cool kit I picked up. So like I said, I spent way too much money. So I definitely want to try to, get some of these slot car bodies done so I can get some extra cash, especially for Saturday. Because I'd like to go to the swap meet over there in Sharon, and get some other stuff. See what else I could find. Yeah, here's more parts to the Duster. It comes with the twin scoops, and so yeah, it basically shares its life and parts with the Demon they just had out a few years ago. So, but anybody who's a Mopar guy is going to want one of these, so I suggest you get one. But yeah, that's it. And what else I get? Oh, I got a few other things here. I got a few things that aren't a kit. I bought, where is it? I bought some Fusion Firm because I heard all the good things about it from my buddy Ken and Grandpa Mark and other people. This is the airbrush version. I didn't really know that when I bought it, so I have yet to use it, but I got it. It's got like a 36-month light. Well, this stuff does. I'm not sure about the airbrush version. Now, the brush version, they were all, reviewing. It says 36 months on the box. I don't know why they call it gold, but yeah, you got the silver, then you got this clear protective stuff you're supposed to put over it. And the funny thing is, you got to laugh at this. I was reading, shelf life, 36 months. Manufacturer, look at the name. Jin, Heng, Heng, Zing, 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 Zing. And it's like, it's all one word, but there's capitals in there with no spacing. It's like the weirdest thing. But it does say shelf life 36 months. So made in China. And so I got some of that. That came in today. It was supposed to be here Saturday, but it was in Twinsburg, Ohio, which ain't that far from me, on Thursday night. I figured, well, I'll have it for sure Saturday. And it even said arriving Saturday. Saturday comes, I get an update mail from them, email saying, oh, it's delayed now. It'll be Tuesday. I'm like, Tuesday? But then I got a thing yesterday, and it was already in Youngstown late last night. I'm like, okay, well, sure enough, I had it this morning. And Nas, I got a little more done on your interior for your Shelby Charger Daytona. The 86. I'm waiting for the glue to dry, and I got to shake all this excess flocking out. I had it flocked once, and it didn't stick to some areas, so I put another layer of glue down, and hopefully when I shake this off later, it'll be stuck where I want it. So that's part of his interior, so I am working on his too. And now I'm probably going to run down the store and see what I'm going to grab for dinner. And I'm going to try to get these other slot car bodies done here. And try to get as much done of those. And then some of my other commission builds and all that I got going. Oh, excuse me. You know it's going to yawn sooner or later, right? But yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at. Oh, I found on the 68 Coronet kit, they had, just hate when I drop stuff. They had a Pennsylvania trailer license plate, this is going to go with Nas's build too, because the Shelby Charger is going to be on the trailer with the Ram truck pulling it. So there's the trailer. And I happened to notice it was a plate that said trailer. I'm like, oh, perfect. Because none of the other plates I have say trailer. They just say Pennsylvania. I'm like, oh, perfect. So, and then I have a Pennsylvania temporary tag that'll go on the Shelby, because that'll make it look like, hey, just picked the car up and trailering it home. So I figure a temp tag will be really cool. And then I'll put whatever other Pennsylvania plate I have on the truck and stuff like that. But I think that's where I'm at for right now. Like I said, I'm going to run down the store and see what I can get and see if there's anything on sale for dinner or whatever. And then I'm going to come home, chillax, work on more stuff, and that'll be it for today. So it's getting dark out there. The sun's about to set, I think. I think it's after 5 now, so yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock. So I've taken up plenty of your time here. 25 minutes of your time, but yeah, that's some new kits I got. I don't think there's nothing else. Is there? Nope. That's it. I mean, hold on. Let me reach over here. Yeah, here's a couple. The other 2 slot car barn finds. Got a 67 Chevelle. I still need to touch up where I went through on sanding, but it's supposed to look like a project car or a barn find. So they got a hood a different color, and I got to do a little touching up on that one. And then I also have the 66 Nova, same basic idea, another barn find project car. These basically need bare metal and windows and the grills and taillights and all that stuff. So hopefully I get some of that done tonight. And that should hopefully be it. So if any of you are going over to Sharon on Saturday, I don't have the address or nothing in front of me right now. But if you go to the Shenango Valley Scale Modelers Facebook page, or maybe later I could post a picture or something, but yeah, they're having their swap meet, their winter swap meet. I think it's from 8 till 2 over there on Conley Boulevard somewhere. So I think I had the paper on it, but I'm not quite sure where it's at. Hold on a second. Do I have it? Let me see. Do I have it here? Hold on. Oh, no, I don't. I don't have it. I mean, I do have it. I just don't know where it's at around here. So, yeah, you can look it up. I mean, I'm sure it's there. But hey, if any of you are going over there, I'll meet you there Saturday. Unless something comes up to where I can't go, but that shouldn't happen. So, well, hey, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh, by the way, the 60 Chevy wagon, that'll probably be the victim that I use to give you the demo of how I do this, how I do my barn find. So that's probably the one you're going to get to see me start that on. So that video will be getting produced here shortly, I hope. I'll probably do it in several small parts and put it all together in one video or something like that. And, well, hey, talk to you later. Bye-bye.